Hello. So today I'll be cleaning my room and lots of fun stuff actually because I'll just scroll this subreddit, blurry cats, awesome subreddit. So I thought while I work, you can just look at the pictures of the cats. So as I said, I'll be cleaning my room has been really messy for a while now. The audio might be a little bit muffled because of that today, because as I said, I'll be moving around the room. I tried to make sure that the audio is good, but sorry if it's not. I'll also be thinking about because I want to record a second video today for my gaming channel. There is a game which I really enjoy playing a lot. It's called Crowns. I want to do a little bit of analysis and a little bit of what it is about, right? To in my other channel, both to just kickstart that channel with some gaming analysis, but also because I've been thinking about this idea for a long time. I also ordered food, so that is gonna arrive in it's just 40 minutes. Let's see how long it takes. But yeah. So yeah, hope you're doing well. Today is 14th March. Honestly, I've not had any motivation to do anything recently. But whenever I record audios or something, it at least gives me like some company. And I think it's easier for me to do things when I'm in some company. And yeah, as I said, I'll be moving around the room a little bit. Probably have some like pose or distant sounds or something. I'll give this one a listen because nowadays I've not been listening to my audios um after I record them. I just do like an initiator because usually I'm just sitting down, right? There will also be some sharp sounds and stuff. I'll explain what they are, but like just as a warning. Basically, I have a sort of a table sort of a thing, like a shelf, foldable shelf. So I'm unfolding it, and it's like clicking into place. So it might be sensitive. It's interesting, like how much I have become like a audio person, like conscious about what sound I'm making. Anything. Since I did video sound design for a short film that we did in college, I've become very conscious about sound design in general. You'll see, like in movies, people will touch a table or people will pat someone on the shoulder and it will make a sound. But if you see someone in real life actually pat someone in the shoulder, you'll realize that it actually makes no sound. It's just very weird. Also, ignore the ads in the Reddit, by the way. But it's so interesting because in reality, a lot of sounds that we see in films can't be real. Like you can't actually hear them, but we add them anyways because it makes a lot of sense. Same with footsteps. Like in general, footsteps are not something that you consciously hear all the time. Sometimes they're not literally not audible like outside. But you'll always hear footsteps of the people walking in movies because it's just something that our brain like fits together with nicely. If they're missing, it's not like something bad or something like that. It's just something that people do. Okay, so this table is actually really what should I say? Like really not good. It's like really light and it really can't hold a lot of weight either, I think. So I need to put some like heavy weight at the bottom. But what do I put? Okay, my table is a mess, so I'll start with it. So I'll talk about the sometimes it's hard for me to like talk and do something, especially if the thing I'm doing also requires like some amount of thinking. But I'll talk about what the game is, right? Because this is more like the video that I'm planning to record. I'll still keep it simple, but the that video will be a little bit more. That video will be a little bit more involved, right? It will have more. It will be more structured. So I need to figure out the structure right now. So I'll describe the game a little bit. What it is, it's basically a puzzle, right? There's a difference between a puzzle and a game, like a very distinct difference. At least for me, which is most puzzles, you don't need someone to tell you. It's interesting. Okay, so let me explain, right? Um, what should I even? What is a good example of a puzzle? The one thing that I can think of is unblock me, but it's hard to describe it easily. So I'm just thinking of what others I can think of that are relatively easier to describe. I think, let me think. Like it's making it difficult for me to like think what a puzzle is, which is very weird because puzzles are very common. It's not like let's just say a jigsaw puzzle, right? Like that's a simple example. Even that is like a bit confusing. Crowns is the best example of that sort of puzzle that I'm trying to sort of communicate to you, but the issue is that I need to explain it using a different example first. Tic Tac Toe is the thing that's coming to my mind, but it's technically a two-player game. Uh, Let me just look up examples of puzzles. I'll look it up on my phone so the Reddit thing will keep going on. Tetris is a good example as well, but I still want to find a different example. My nails have been breaking pretty badly recently. I'm not even sure why. Um, let's talk about Solitaire, right? It's a card game. Uh, Basically, what happens is you have a bunch of cards and you have to arrange them in a certain way, right? This is a game you don't need a computer to play with. You can just have a deck of cards and actually play that game, right? Same with something like Tetris. Now, Tetris, you sort of do need a computer, but the thing is that the blocks themselves are something that you can arrange in a certain way, right? Like it's something that the computer helps you with, but you don't need a computer to do that, right? Now, this is different from Minesweeper, which I would say it's sort of a puzzle game, but it's not a traditional puzzle game. It's a computer-based puzzle game because in Minesweeper, the the goal basically is to find all the mines, right? And there are numbers that are given to help you with that. But the thing is that the way it's generated, it's not feasible to do that in real life. Like in a board game, to make something like a minesweeper, it would be really, really difficult because you would need some way to make it so that you can uncover tiles and it would tell you whether or not you have done it correctly. And when there's a number system, so a tile should tell you how many bombs are around it. Making that in a board game would be very complicated, whereas in a computer it's much more easier, right? The computer sort of knows the answer and tells you the answer, so it simplifies that process. So that's the big difference to me in a computer puzzle game and in a normal puzzle game, right? It's Minesweeper is still a puzzle game, but it's much more of a game than a puzzle because of this, system, which is it reveals information to you that you wouldn't otherwise have. Right? Crowns is a puzzle game through and through because of this thing that you don't need a computer to play it. Once you see the board, you can like it's basically a board and you can make the puzzle, like you can solve the puzzle just by looking at the board. You don't need to even click on the actual phone app to solve the puzzle. Like you can solve it mentally fully, right? Of course, seeing actually like pinning the points or whatever helps you, but through and through you don't need it. Now, I've said this, but I've not explained what exactly it is, right? So that's what I'm going to do now. Basically, what crowns is imagine a chess board, right? And place two queens on the chessboard. So the idea is that you place the two queens such that they cannot harm each other. They cannot target each other, right? So they can't be diagonal to each other, they can't be in front of each other or to left or right. The crowns is basically doing that, but with multiple queens. So you have six queens or seven queens or something like that, and you cannot do that, right? Alongside that, there's another rule which is important for the game to actually work properly, which is there are color regions separated. So that includes another one that okay, each color region will only have one set of queens, like one queen per color region, one queen per row and column, basically. With this much, it's a pretty simple game, right? By design, it's a pretty simple game, but there are two things that I really, really love about the game. One is the actual simple, quote unquote, simple design, and the other is the implementation of the game itself. So I'll talk about the design itself because the actual problem. I just received a message. So sorry. Uh, the first thing is the addition of the color regions. It seems like if you play the game, you wouldn't really notice it or you wouldn't really think much of it. But I was trying to design the game. I'm sorry, I'm just messaging someone, so I'm getting distracted. So when I was trying to design the game in my head, right, how would I go about it? That was actually a very pretty subtly genius implementation, in my opinion, because it solves the issue of the game being too simple while incorporating introducing a lot of different challenges and different possibilities. And the way they went about it, it's not perfect by any means, but when a good design is when you are playing the game and you don't even think twice about the design because it's just so natural, right? A lot of people will slapstick I would call it a bandage or a slapstick design solution, right? For example, let's say that in a game one character is particularly difficult, right? So what do? You just decrease the damage, or you just give the player a new tool to, you know, damage the enemy or something like that. This is like a much more simple, straightforward, a slapstick sort of like, okay, this is the problem, this is the solution. Here you go, right? Whereas a good design solution, in my opinion, is something that fits so naturally with the game environment that you have decided to go with that you don't even like as a player, you don't even think that it's a solution to something. You don't even think that RPG mechanics is a great example where you have to upgrade yourself, right, to defeat a boss or something, right? That feels like something that's a relic right now to me, right? Like the whole upgrading system, the whole leveling up system, to me it feels like something that we have just carried over for years now and we haven't improved on it in any way, right? Whereas something like this, right, is a design solution which is like so intimately tied with the and I'm so it's such a difficult thing to do because it's so intimately tied with the game itself that if you remove it the game fundamentally will change, and all it is just a solution to a problem, which is if you do just crowns, as I explained simply without the color regions, it's a too simple of a game, right? It's too simple of a game. You could have done 100 of different things to make it more interesting, right? Add enemies, add this, that, whatever. But what they decided to do is very simply just add color regions. And to me that's such an interesting thing because it brings out so much in the game that otherwise would not have. Um, okay, so back to two things. First is clearing my actual desk, which when I was talking, I just blanked out and I just kept talking. The other is talking about the second part of what makes the game great, which is the implementation. The game by itself isn't like, amazing or anything. But to me, what really uplifts the game is just the attention to detail given to it at any given moment. Like you will have the most like simple things implemented so beautifully. On the other hand, you'll have the most simple things implemented so badly. But to me, that's like like some visual elements are not very good, right? Some visual elements are like sort of bad. But to me, it's like they haven't put that much effort into it because they know that's not the game. That's not what makes the game interesting, right? And to me, the best place to see this, there are a bunch of things, right? They have a map maker, which is by itself very impressive. They have a whole leaderboard community thing. They have daily puzzles. They have auto-generated puzzles. They have hundreds of puzzles, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of puzzles were like, has to be auto-generated, but even despite that, it is. Can I just say, by the way, the amount of AI in advertisements nowadays is just so sad. But anyways, you have the and their ad system is very forgiving as well. But the one thing that to me showcases the two things that to me showcase the best parts about this game are, one is their implementation of um actually interacting with the game, which I'll explain later. Basically their input handling and their touch handling, and the second is their hint system. Now I'll take a break because I need to do the two things, right? First is like note these down in small points so that when I'm actually talking in the video that I want to make, I have a structure to go off of. The second is clean my desk. Okay, so I'll bring my trash can over so I can throw trash. Honestly, about cleaning, right? Throwing away trash is one of the most weird things to do because you have to be so much conscious of like, okay, I am going to throw this stuff because otherwise, what at least I do is keep stuff forever. Like I will just not throw stuff, and it will just create like a mountain of just create a mountain of things on my desk. Okay, already see a bunch of things that I can make to the bottom of the table, and I said that would help me clear the table more, right? Um, So there are a few things that I'm not going to move because they're not mine. I have a roommate. It's his. But for now, okay, so if, for example, there are like two toffees, right? But they're like so old. I need to throw them. Otherwise, I'll need to keep them somewhere. And I don't even like those toffees, so I have to like throw them. Then there's this thing. Move this. Again, some of these are not mine, so I can't really move them anywhere. There's a spoon just then hidden in the background somewhere. Okay. Looks much cleaner already. I think I need to just create like commentate what I'm doing. Otherwise, I won't be able to do anything. Um, I put the stuff back there. That's not mine, and now it looks much cleaner. Okay. Um, there are some marshmallows which I sadly didn't finish. I'll see if they're still good or not. They're not bad, but they're not good either. They've gotten like hard. Okay. On my knife, which I was trying to find a few days ago, so I need to wash this. I have a rubber band packet. I don't know if I've shared this, but I have like this rubber band thing. Like basically what I do is like attach bunch of rubber band with each other, and it creates this like a really long like necklace sort of thing. It's really cool. It's like a bungee cord sort of thing. Oh, so this can have to go in the bottom, both of these, the rubber band packet and the actual rubber band necklace thing. With a cake here, which is going to go in the bottom. One day I'll just eat that cake, but till then it has to go there. I have a bunch of like bowls and stuff. I think. I'm sorry, that was loud. I'll wash these and then put them in the bottle. For now, I'll just put them in the bottle because I'm not washing them right. But I just have to just remember that they're in the bottle. I'm trying to put like heavy stuff at the bottom and light stuff at the top. Not only heavy, but like also stuff that I don't use that often. And light stuff can stay at the very top because they're light, so they won't, you know, disturb the balance of the table or whatever. Okay. So there are a bunch of cards and stuff that I can throw away. I have like a tissue paper packet, but I hoard tissue paper like there is a like COVID is still on, but I will still hold them, but just need to. There is this small box that I use to I use it as a place to keep all of my stuff that I need to take when I go out. So it has my keys, it has a pen, it has my notebook. That is now full with random stuff. So I'm clearing that out right. I need to cut my nails as well. As I said, like some of them broke pretty badly. So I need to like clear that up. Um a bunch of sticky notes, which I should put somewhere as well. Sketch pens. So this is basically like a stationery stuff. Now there's a bunch of spoons. I'll put them where we usually put stuff. Our cake. So I'll put this somewhere with a different tea. Okay. Tissue paper. No. The way I go about cleaning is I'll clean a lot. I'll clean a decent amount in one day, and then I won't try to fix everything or clean everything or arrange everything in one day. I'll slowly do it over the course of like a few months. So I'll 1 month I'll do the base like first pass of cleaning. Then the second month I'll do the second pass of cleaning and so on. Already looks much cleaner. I need to ask more of my friends to be like match make me with someone. Um, I am not finding any dates on my own. Okay. So there are some other random stuff on my table, which I just need to throw away or like just put away somewhere separately. But our phone stand, which I've been finding for a while now, I'm glad that I found it. Part of the reason I'm also cleaning everything is because I have a massive, not massive, but like actually, sorry, actually very tiny screen, like monitor, but it still takes a lot of space. So I need to make a space for that. Oh my god. Again, I have a stationery. I'll put that where it needs to go. Okay, I think this looks much better already. Everything is a little bit dirty, but we get it clean some other time. I want to say, like, sometimes the stuff like this, doing stuff like this gives you the impression that, oh, this person is so clean, this person is so arranged or organized, or something like that. I just want to be clear, that's not the case at all. It has taken me like over 2 months to do this. Only by making this audio, I'm like a little bit motivated to do it. As I said, usually I've been not motivated to do anything in general. The other motivation that is for me is the new monitor, as I said. I really want to use it, so I need to make a space for that, so I need to clean it. I think that's it for now. Now I'll set up my monitor, I'll turn it on. I got everything right here. Because I just noticed that there's a power cable as well. And I was like, did I bring everything? So there is one big issue, which is I just realized I need a place. I need to plug the power cords here, and I don't know where I can plug it. Like I don't, off the top of my head, I can't remember where all the power sort of what do you call it? Um, uh, outlets are in my home, and the power cord is not super long either. But I think it will reach my bedroom. Yeah, I have one in my bed. Oh, yes. I think during the transport, like when I was bringing my laptop from my office to my home, it broke. So it has like this really ugly, what do you call it? Like a bend or something, I guess. But it should be fine. Like, my main like thing to use this monitor. It's funny that I said monitor and instantly I see this ad for people who are just listening to audio. It's just an ad where it says, "What monitoring are you using?" Anyways, um, I hate these like AI, sorry, not AI, meme ads as well because it feels like the people who are making these ads have like no idea what they what like we like as customers. Anyways, so now I can use this second monitor. Wow. I need to first make some changes, but I can use this second monitor as my sort of like to make it so that I can move stuff around. So I can use that to, for example, if I'm doing Twitch, I can read chat. Right now I'm using it to see what I'm recording, right? So I can see this on my second screen using OBS. So this is really helpful. Again, as I said, like the monitor itself is botched completely because there is like literally a huge portion which is like scratched and everything. But that's fine. I actually like that aesthetic. It's very weird, but I really love the aesthetic of like old, messed up electronics. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for accompanying me. I will do one last thing, which is it's already 28 minutes, dude. The time passes so fast when we're doing this. I'll pay for my food first of all. Uh, I ordered it, so it's cash on delivery, but I can pay in between. The reason I put it on cash on delivery is because a couple of times what has happened is I ordered the food and it got cancelled, but I had already paid for it. They return the money every time, but it just like eases you mentally when you haven't paid at all. But I'll do this, then I'll quickly make some notes so I can actually share my screen to you as well. If I do this, oh, that's interesting. So now you can see my screen. This is OBS as well. So what I'll do is I'll open up Notepad quickly. I hope there are no weird like notes in my notepad or something. Um, okay. So the first thing is talking about what is crown. Is so first is describing it. Second is genre defining. Like defining its genre, not that it is genre defining by some means. Um, then what I like about it. So first part would be the design choice, color, region, design, insight to insight on color region design. I also need to write a review for it, like on my app or something. Like I've given it 5 stars, I think, but I haven't recorded. I haven't given it like an actual review. So insight on color region design. Then two things. So the first one is the hint system, which I didn't explain to you. I'm sorry about that. It's a very cool hint system which doesn't need to be there, but it is there because it's not a hint that just gives you the answer. It actually tries to explain to you what is the logic behind the answer, which is really cool. It's like completely unnecessary. But they went out of the way to create this, and even they updated it recently. And the second is the touch system. Okay, so I think before the two things, I also want to just say overall implementation. So basically, like, overall implementation in the sense, just the making of the whole app in general, its, community, its map creator, stuff like this, like basic stuff, right? Overall implementation. Note on, so there's a note on, what is a note on? Bad visual. Did they fix it? Like, let me actually boot up the game right now on my phone and see if they actually fix the issue that I need. I hope they didn't because it actually, in my opinion at least, adds like some charm to it, right? Overall implementation. There's another note on ads and hints. So I actually don't play it with ads on because I have um yeah, they haven't fixed it, which I'm so happy about. But they I have a app that makes it so that you can't can you actually make this full screen? I think you can make this full screen. I'm just like not sure how to. This is all fine. Okay, anyways. Oh, wow, I closed it. Okay, where were we? Right. A view, maybe. I swear there used to be like a full screen thing or something. I mean, I know there is in what do you call it? Notepad plus plus, which I also have. But anyway, um, I have an app that stops internet working for certain apps. So because of that, I don't have ads on most. Usually, before you could do this like default in Android. For some reason, they removed. I mean, not for some reason. For money, they removed this feature. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, actually, you know what? Let's actually deep dive and see for ourselves what the thing is. Why did lock internet feature get removed from Android? If I don't get an answer here, I'll try ChatGPT, but I'm not super. What is AOSP? Yes, AOSP. Oh, Android open source project. Okay. My food is here, so I'll be back in a bit. I know at least one person will want to know what I got for lunch. So it is a shawarma hummus platter. So it has French fries. That's the only weird thing. And then it has fubus, which is a sort of thick bread. Pita bread, I think it's called. In some places. Then there is uh, so pita bread cut into triangles. Then there is hummus platter with a bunch of olives on it. Not enough. and mayonnaise, really good mayonnaise in my opinion, and some chicken, like chicken pieces or something. Like they're strips basically. Um, yes, I'm not able to understand why they actually removed it. Yeah, see? Oh no, not this actually. Let me see this child because this is stuff where this should be better. Um, my clipboard didn't copy it. Find it here. Oh, let's see what this comes up with. Yeah, so this sucks. I'm I will not accept any of these answers because in my opinion it was to make it so that it's easier for them to constantly harass the apps for internet access. Okay. Anyways, so these are my, I think, basic things that I want to talk about. I think I'll switch this because I genuinely think the hint system is one of the most interesting implementations of a hint system I've seen in games. But again, there is a thing about like this not being a game build. So I think that's it for you guys. I'll post a new video on the other channel. That will be my first design thing. You know what? While I'm here, I'll just quickly really need like a new browser or something, or like a different app or something, so I can uh, quickly open a guest tab without having to open, because I accidentally revealed my email ID for both my work and my personal email ID, which is like impressively bad. But I'll edit that out in my in some software. But damn, that's bad. It's in 37 minutes. Okay. So what we're going to search is Crowns. So Play Store Crowns. That's the app we're talking about, right? So I'll just use these screenshots basically. Why is the image not changing? Okay, okay. So the question is, can I actually just what I'll do is I'll switch to Edge Stream and select this one. Oh. Now what I want to do is quickly switch to my other tab, and what I want to do is see if I can install it on my PC. I doubt it, but that would be cool. Yeah, so I can only install it indirectly on my phone, which is interesting, don't get me wrong, but that's not what I want. So I think for now, we will stop here because this is all I have. So I'll have to talk using these images. I'll just open these images in a new tab so I don't have to like zoom in badly or something. Um, I'll also open, I guess, Unblock Me. So this is a game I was talking about for any people who are still listening, like watching the video. Again, I don't expect people to be watching the video on this, especially. Oh, you can install this on Windows as well. That's interesting. But this is the actual game I was talking about, where the goal is to move this basically, uh, this piece to this end, and you have to move all of these things out of the way. I'm pretty good at it as well, but again, this is a puzzle game where you don't really need the, like, if you look at this, you can theoretically in your brain just sort of calculate that these are the moves that I need to make for me to pass through it. Right? This is much complicated one, but for most simpler ones, I think you should be able to actually like genuinely figure the answer out. Let's see this one, right? Let's actually try to. What I move this to down, this here, this here. this here. So when I move this, mm, move this here, 2 blocks. Move this, move this, move this, move this up, and what? Move this. I think it's doable. Let me see if there's a smaller, like sized one. Can't find it. So all of these are like pretty difficult to begin with, but it's fine. Like we were just doing something, trying to do something cool, anyways. Okay. Um. Anyways, with that, I think I'll take my leave from you. Thanks again for just chilling and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. See you guys soon.